Yes, guys, what a pleasant surprise. LeBron James is now not the biggest athlete in America. We have a new sheriff in town, and it is the great Lionel Messi. So, breaking news, Fabrizio Romano has broken it, Julian Laurent has broken it, everywhere has broken it. Lionel Messi is joining Inter Miami, and I'm not sure on how many years he will be joining. Not not enough has actually been made out of the contract yet. So when that does come back, we might do another video on that. But we're just
Yeah.
gonna react on the fact that Lionel Messi is no longer in Europe and is now joining into Miami. All the speculation of him going to Saudi Arabia. Just deeper, Jack. Messi turned down a billy. Messi turned down a billion. He's a
And
different
also,
bloke.
I'm gonna say this too. And again, this I'm not trying to be, I hope this isn't taken the wrong way, but with a lot of that kind of Middle Eastern, those kind of Middle Eastern clubs, Qatari, Saudi Arabia, James, he probably turned down a billion, but he also probably turned down some stuff off the books that is kind of nice too, like maybe some, bits and bobs here and there. So, I think in terms of a financial deal, it's probably one of the, if not the biggest financial deal that's ever been turned down in sports, which is saying something.
No, I think it was the biggest deal of all time.
Yeah.
I think of
Yeah.
all time, which is incredible. But again, just want to touch on Messi now leaving Europe. Ronaldo, so Ronaldo ended up going in January. Now Messi's gone. It really is over, Jack. It
Yeah, it
really is,
is.
which is
Yeah, it's over. It's really sad. I I am I'm not James. I'm disappointed in both of them. I am. Because I think we've already kind of touched on it a little bit. The financial side of things is surely not the most important thing to them. Now, if their pride is not going to let them take what they should get or could get somewhere else, I understand that. And, you and I think, are big proponents of earn what money you can, go for it, go do what you need to do. Um, but James, I don't think, especially with Lionel Messi, I don't think we're talking about a guy who's not on the top 100 players in the world list anymore, or the top 50, or Lionel Messi might still be in that top 10 list, right? Ronaldo maybe not, but Messi's still in that top 10 list, and he still has so much to give to the Champions League and to Europe's top five leagues and to be playing at the highest level. The fact that these two guys who are still playing at such a high level are playing in leagues that you and I aren't going to watch, you and I aren't going to tune in to Inter Miami versus Atlanta United or whatever. We're not going to tune into Al Nasser against Al Hittat or whatever the hell team names there are there. So, um, as excited I'm half American. As excited as I am that he's going to America and might raise the game there a little bit, and I think that's really fun for all the fans out there. Also, James, Miami, no state income tax, so I think that's pretty good for Leo's bank account. Um, I'm left with a feeling of disappointment. I can't lie to you. I don't know how you feel.
I don't feel nothing about it because at the end of the day, they've done so much, and I don't think there's nothing. What else do they need to prove? Seriously, do I need to see another year of Messi scoring 50 goals, 20 assists? He's done it all. Seven Ballon d'Ors. Ronaldo, five Ballon d'Ors, Champions Leagues, World Cups. Everything's been done. I think in this stage of their lives is more or less enjoying and reaping the fruits of their labor from the point of view that
Right.
they've given so much to football. Now let football give back to them in different sorts of ways. I'm pretty sure the money that Messi's going to get there, I don't think he's going to be near what he's going to be getting from Saudi Arabia, but I feel it's more of a lifestyle move.
Yeah, for sure.
He's mentioned on a number of occasions of he wanted to play in America. He's lived in sunny Spain his whole life. He now gets to move in a place close to the beach and all that sort of stuff there. He can be chilling with Jimmy Butler and that man, going to the Heat games. His family are probably going to love it there. And I think it's not just a move for himself. I think it's more a move for his family, and he probably made that promise to them um or a while ago. Would I like to see him go Saudi Arabia with everybody else? Yeah, but again, America, in the way MLS has been in the past few years, to me, it's been on a bit of a decline. We've seen less top level players go there. To see someone like Messi go there right now, but we're gonna see a push of. We might even see a Ramos or like whoever goes there. The trend
Well,
was Saudi Arabia. Messi might bring it back to being the MLS.
well, couple of like little drips and drabs of kind of rumors and all this kind of stuff. Like Sergio Busquets might be joining him. I think that's kind of cool.
Yeah.
And kind of fun. Obviously, they're firm friends, those two. A part of the contract supposedly is, I think, stock options in Apple, and there was another big company as well where there were stock options as well. And again, that might work really, really well for Messi. James, selfishly, if his English gets really good, I want some English speaking interviews with Messi because I love listening to Ronaldo because Ronaldo's English is pretty good, and he's spoken to Piers Morgan a couple of times. He's been on Jonathan Ross and a bunch of these kinds of shows and been interviewed loads in English. So I feel like we know a bit of Ronaldo and what he's like as kind of a character. I always feel like when you hear him speak in that kind of, Spanish, the Argentinian accent, but hear him speaking Spanish, and then there's somebody speaking over the top of him, I'm always like, I always feel a little disconnect with Messi purely from
subtitles for me. I just see a lot of subtitles.
That's what I'm saying, but I don't feel like I know the guy in terms of the way he's constructing in English. I only speak one language, which I'm working on, but still, like I'm excited if he gets some kind of good English in him as well. You know, the Messi Last Dance in 10, 20 years, whatever Netflix comes up with, is going to be special if it's in English.
Another thing, Jack, I'm going to mention here is the power of David Beckham. David Beckham. This is a newly formed football team. Beckham mentioned the fact of bringing in this sort of player, to bring in the player of Lionel Messi's ilk. I don't know who else he's going to bring in, and like we've seen what he tried to do with like the kits and all that sort of stuff there. Now Messi's there. Could you imagine? You mentioned Sergio Busquets. Don't be surprised if you see in a few years' time a Neymar, whoever joins in there. So Inter Miami is going to be on up. Maybe MLS is going to be on and up. But as I said, it's a weird day, Jack. You know, because it's Samoan to think that Messi in Europe. And also, one thing I'm also going to mention here: do not be surprised. They've been mentioned about there's no links to Barcelona. I won't be surprised in January when like the MLS take the little break, Messi makes a return and goes back to Barcelona to play a little, because I think it will happen. I think he will at a point go back to Barcelona, even if it's for 6 months at a time. It will happen.
Yeah, and they're gonna just try and sort him out best way possible. You mentioned David Beckham. I mean, I think Messi is an absolute superstar. Let's not get it wrong, but especially over in the US, people know David Beckham more than they know Lionel Messi. So I think he's a good person to help Messi maybe navigate it a bit. And also, James, not for nothing, I think Messi could probably walk down a street in Miami with sunglasses and a cap on, and nobody would know who he is. You know what I mean? He could walk down your local city or my local city, whatever, and he would get swamped with people being like, we know, I see the sunglasses, I see the hat, but I know who that is. I want a picture. I want to ask him questions. I want to give him a high five. I want to shake his hand, whatever. In America, I think you do have a little bit of anonymity. And also, I guess what I'm hoping as well is anytime you hear these Americans talk about if LeBron James had put on goalkeeper gloves when he was 10, and if I mean, who else am I trying to think of? If Mike Trout had decided he wanted to play centre back and blah blah blah, and if Patrick Mahomes decided he wanted to be a central midfielder, whatever, like hopefully they're gonna see a guy that just transcends the sport, and they look like we all in the rest of the world go. Americans will hopefully watch him play, even for Inter Miami, and be like, this guy's an alien. I don't know what this is. His 40 times probably not great. His vertical jumps probably not amazing. But I don't know how he does that. I'm hoping that's what we get as well.
As I said, LeBron is the biggest athlete in America. He's been trumped by Lionel Messi going over. As big as LeBron is, different level from Lionel Messi. But Messi fans, Barcelona fans, PSG fans, let me know what you think overall of Messi leaving. And I shouldn't ask PSG fans because they're probably a little bit bitter of what happened during his time at PSG. But let us know what you think. Lionel Messi's no longer in Europe. Yeah, are you going to be staying up to watch the MLS? Comment down below, like, share, and subscribe, and we'll see you next time.